Alright guys, I got me this all-wheel drive 2004 Chevy Express van. As my family grew, I decided that my 94 Chevy K3500 just wouldn't cut it for the family, so I had to get this all-wheel drive version. I don't know if you ever tried to find one, but they're impossible. So of course I only found one in Colorado, where the undercarriage was destroyed, but everything else looked great. 150,000 miles, can't complain. So this here is my baby. Literally did all the work to her, changed all the suspension, everything, painted, bedline, radio, you know, put that camper on the rear, this bull bar, headlights, everything on it is rocking. But family's too big. I gotta do what I gotta do. So she's going to probably go to market, and I have to get that van up to Doomsday status. So back to this van. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to do some fast forward through all the work that I had done to the vehicle. Now you're going to see it done. I don't have that much money or time. So how do they say you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So I'm just going to do one little project at a time. I just did the hitch receiver and the tire hoist, and I just put all those 4 stoppers for the suspension. And I'm just going to do one at a time, and I'll just make these short videos of each one, and just replacing and scraping rust and rust restore and putting a new suspension under each part. And eventually I got to do the AC, but I can wait till next, what is it, springtime to do that. But anyway, just wanted to give you an introduction to what I'm doing here to make this thing the next Doomsday vehicle for my family. Hey guys, taking you on a little project on the rusted van undercarriage restoration project. I already got started without you, sorry. I'll show you what I did here. I swapped out this hitch receiver right here. It's a class 4 hitch receiver. The other one got stuck right here. The tri-ball hitch got stuck in there, so I tried hammering out, and I bent the shit out of it. So I'll show you what I started with. I replaced it with this brand new one. Look at this, huh? Looks like someone tried to bedline it. Someone tried to bedline it, and that rusted out. This came from Colorado. So basically I have to replace everything in this undercarriage. So I got started with the hitch receiver. I'm probably going to replace the bumper as well. And this little guy, you know, this thing that lowers the tire, like the spare, well, that got rusted out. So you could turn this right here, and then this cable is supposed to lower the wheel, but it doesn't. So I got a new one, and it's only 1 bolt, it looks like. Right here, I already put a socket on there. So I'm just gonna take that out, swap it out, and that'll be our first little journey I'll take you on with me on this rusted out old van. But it's gonna be my zombie apocalypse mobile, because it's an all-wheel drive conversion van. Skeet skeet. All right, what I got here is just a half drive ratchet with little angling head, and it's telescoping, and I got about a 10-inch half drive extension and a 15mm. So this is a wobble extension, so it has a little bit of play on the angle, see? Alright, let's see. All right, so we have to test the direct fit, which they are not anywhere close to similar, except the things that matter. These hanging mechanisms and the bracket here and here, they actually match up. So as long as they do the same function, you know, they don't have this rubber thing, they don't have this extension here, but as long as it's got the thing that holds the wheel, the spring, this cup. Now this is a trick I saw on another video. If these things get stuck, it might just be this little lever here. Watch this. So this boot comes all the way up over this, right? But this piece right here slides all the way up in here, and then it's got like a catch right there. See that? That one gets stuck and the whole thing gets jammed up in there. So since I'm replacing everything, I don't care. Even if I got it functional again, I don't care. It's all getting replaced. So what you do is when it's shoved back up in there, you shove this little flathead screwdriver in there and twist the piece until this comes in contact with that lever, and you just push it in, and then you can yank it out the bottom here. So it's all good. So we got to make sure that these match, which they clearly do not, but the only thing that matters is this top piece, which matches, and that piece that match. All the hooks and mounts. So it's just going to look a little different. It's going to pull up a little different, but honestly, as long as these match, which I have something to show you about how this thing attaches to that rotating pole. So you need these two pieces, right? This pin is rounded, so don't try to like get a ratchet on there or something. It's sent through here, which the pole slides over here, you know, the one that goes in the back there. Well, it comes through here, and then you need this little guy to hold the head right here on the other end. So don't get rid of this. I just kind of wire wheeled both of them, clean them up a little bit, and it comes through here and just holds onto it like that. You know, it slides up there just like that. And to remove it, you just kind of have to like push it down, and it should like pop up. Sometimes, oh, you got to go like this. You lift that up here, and it allows it to slide down. Then it can pop out. It goes in the new one perfectly. All right, I'll show you in a second. As with all these repairs, I'm going to hit a lot of this with the wire wheel, and then I'm going to install it, and then I'm going to spray paint it, or vice versa. I'll wire wheel it, spray it, let it dry for like 15 minutes, and then I'll put the new stuff on there. By the way, these are an absolute must when you're taking some rust and old bed liner off. So I'm just stripping it down as good as possible, putting some rust restorer on there. I just used a wire wheel and this 80 grit flap disc, and I just got a little bit of this rust reformer, rust restorer. It converts rust into a paintable surface. Well, I used the wrong can at first, and it was white, so I tried to wipe that off. Anyways, there's a little rust restorer. I'm going to try not to destroy my clothes. This van project is so big, I'm just going to work on one little area at a time. I'm not going to try to do the whole freaking undercarriage. It's going to take me forever. So that's all I'm going to do. Just going to let it sit for a minute, and then I'll put the piece on up in there. This here says, do not lift without load. Do not lift across the red line, otherwise it will be stuck. So they're saying when that thing comes all the way up here, don't pull it past that. But so I pulled this out, basically just shoved my feet on here, and I put a socket on here. It is a 9/16. It really didn't fit well, but it would let me just kind of like wedge it on there. Well, there you go. Actually, it fit better now. And then I just sat on the chair. I held this, put my feet on there, and I just hit the impact slowly as I kicked it out. So that was the load. And now I'm ready to install it. It just got one bolt. Alright, so I just cleaned up this bolt a little bit with the wire wheel. You know, and these two pieces, I cleaned them up best I could. And this is all I really need. Also, we need a number, where is it? 15, and that's for the bolt. These things are absolutely terrible to film, but this piece fits in here like this, and it fits over the top, and then there's just one bolt to send in here, and that should be it. Oh, I almost forgot. It has to align this pole with that square nut on the other side. So make sure they're just lined up. We should be good to go. All right, now we'll tighten her up. We got that number 15 in there. Perfect. So now we're just going to align that pole. Now we're just going to align this thing to that thing. Looks like it's a little off. Hopefully I won't have to grind out that hole. We'll see. Let's see. No, looks like I'm gonna have to get the drill out. See how it doesn't seat perfectly over there. I'm not gonna grind that out. I'm gonna take off a little bit of this. So I use this cool battery powered Dremel on this, I don't know, grinder tip. It's pretty badass. Again, definitely use one of these. You're gonna get freaking metal shards everywhere. So basically it just gave me some space. So now that's gonna fit in there. All right, now I just got a little bit of clearance. What's your clearance, Clarence? I'm gonna get this pin, shove it through there. Perfect. All right, don't forget this little doodad. That one. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. Alright, there it is. So it's latched onto there, both sides. So now, this little stupid thing can do its job now. Let me go put the wheel on there. Alright, once you fold that thing and jam it all the way in there, and it's ready to be seated like this, and when you pull on the cable, let me try. And when you pull on the cable, it'll go like. Now get your little contraptions here, you know. Find the one with the flattened end. Where the hell is it? It's right here. Little bend tap. So it goes right there. Send it through until it goes in there. And this is crimped. right there, so it holds it. And then when you turn that, with some force obviously, it'll turn that. So you put another piece on, put another piece on here. And then you can start turning it. It wasn't seated all the way, so I had to get a hammer and smash it in there a little tighter. So all I'm doing is going to be cranking on this thing. Then this bad boy's going to lift off the ground. Stand by. So there she is. Got her cranked in there. I gave her a few kicks to make sure she wasn't going anywhere. Now, got a little extra weight in the back. Got a spare tire. And last thing, just make sure that spring's got tension on it. So you're good to go. Just make sure it's level. And it looks good from the outside. Sweet. Anyway, this is step one of all the little projects, that hitch receiver and the hoist for the spare tire, and I already did the 4 bump stops. Anyway, this is step one. Stand by for all the rest. Peace.